Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome to episode 6 of Civilization 5 as Babylon. I've been assessing the situation here a little bit, and it looks pretty much like Rome is going to be our biggest problem in this game, and we thought it would be. However, they have now pieced out with Hiawatha, and he has a city right next to the borders of my capital, which worries me greatly. He also managed to take Buffalo Creek from Hiawatha as well, and I've got a feeling that it won't be long before he turns his sights to me and decides to... Yeah, we made a declaration of friendship with one of their enemies. So it wouldn't surprise me if they did try to declare war on me. He is still friendly. If we could actually get a declaration of friendship with him, it could be useful. No, he won't do it, which is quite problematic. Now, if he does declare war on me, I don't really have a chance of winning. Not at this early stage in the game. I hardly have an army. In fact, all I've got is a couple of composite bowmen and a warrior here, which I really need to upgrade. He has a lot of units buzzing around here as well, which I don't particularly like. So we're definitely going to have to do something about Rome, but I can already see him starting to move units towards me, which is quite concerning. So I think what we're going to need to do is try and get some defences up and running as quickly as possible, because I really do think he's coming for me, and there isn't really a huge deal I can do. We really do want to try and get some better units in here to defend us ourselves with. We don't have any iron at the moment, which is problematic because it means I can't upgrade this warrior. But I think I'm going to move this warrior down over here so that they can start to protect these workers, just in case he does decide to come at me from the south. We are definitely going to have to try and do something about him, but I just don't know what we can do at this point. Right, what do we want to try and get is the question. Well, those guys can finish the horses once they've done with the deer, so we don't need to worry about getting you in there just yet. What about down here? Yeah, nothing overly important we can do. I guess we could get a farm here. I suppose it does make sense to get a little bit of extra food in the area. He still does have a unit or two around. Can we really afford to try and bribe a city-state to get on our time? I mean, they're not on our side. They're not really militaristic, so it's not going to help too much. If we could get one on our side, it would be good because we could get some iron, but I'm probably going to need that money for upgrades. What have we got queued up after education? Nothing. We really want to get machinery because we want to try and get crossbowmen as quickly as possible, I think. But that's quite a little ways off. We'll go on to the next turn anyway. What I should try and do is also see if we can get... yeah, look, he's definitely moving units in here. That is as suspicious as anything. So what I'm also going to do... I think I'm going to take this composite bowman out of here. And put him... I did just see the perfect spot for him, actually. Put him here in this... plantation, because he can't attack me. He's got to either move onto the hill or move into the jungle, so we should be fine there. We've finished that Colosseum. We've already got walls in this city. There's a lot of useful things that we could do with getting, but I think what we could do with getting at the moment is actually another composite bowman. So let's try and get some more bowmen. You I would love to upgrade, but as it stands at the moment, I just don't have any iron, which is problematic. Now then, Hiawatha, would you be willing to go to war with him? That's assuming, of course, that you don't have a peace deal on. Well, you can declare war on him. No way to make it work. We're making 20 gold per turn. If I gave you 5... 7... I mean, Hiawatha could get wiped out by Rome. Don't want to give him all of my money, though. What about the other way round? Would you be willing to declare war on Hiawatha? Declare war on Hiawatha. You wouldn't be willing to do it. No. What about somebody else, though? You're not really too close to anybody else, are you? You'd actually declare war on England. That's interesting. That should equate to probably about 10 gold per turn. None. I don't really have the spare citrus. Although, actually... we will have some spare citrus. I don't want to give him open borders. So if we put it up to 3 gold per turn. 4. Okay, fine. So now he's going to war with England. That might save us for a little while. He's quite far away from England. So I don't necessarily know he's actually going to do an awful lot in fighting them. But if he leaves me alone for a little bit longer, that's potentially good. Now we have just given away our citrus. But we do have another citrus here that we will get in. Well, it's going to be a few turns before we get it. But we should be able to get it. I'm going to leave these units here. Because it's still very, very possible that he might come and try and attack me. Look, he's got a trebuchet down there in Arretium. So he was definitely mustering forces down here. We are definitely going to have to deal with these cities at some point. I'm very, very concerned about Rome and what he is up to. But in the meantime, we'll just carry on and do as best we can. We'll just protect our workers. We'll try and get as many of the plantations up and running as possible. The other issue, of course, if he does attack me from this direction, I mean, yeah, it's great. We've got the defence behind the river and these hills and the jungles and everything, and that's really, really nice. It does limit us firing back. Are we actually on a hill here? We are on a hill. So we should... Well, the city can hit these tiles, but the bowman inside can't. So it does mean Rome could come over here and start pillaging these improvements, which is potentially problematic. So we do have to be careful. But I think in the meantime, we're just going to try and build up a bit of an army. So we're still in positive happiness, which is good. Yeah, look, he's still got a few units around here. I mean, having 1 or 2 units around, especially for Rome, I expect. But I'm very, very paranoid that he's going to try and attack at some point, and I don't like that. Let's hope England can actually take him down a peg or 2. Not an awful lot we can do at the moment, so we're just going to keep hitting next turn. 6 turns away from getting Machu Picchu. Hopefully we'll manage that. We've got another settler due out in 3 turns. Now, the plan for that settler was to get them up here. It won't be a very good city, because all it's really going to have is a couple of hills and some fish tiles, and there'll be a bit of overlap. But there aren't really any other... Ooh, map's going crazy. There's education. There aren't really any other places that we could really safely put a city in, which is the big problem that we have. Because we're kind of sort of penned in at the moment. There aren't really any good spots that we could grab. I mainly want it so we've got a coastal city. That's the main point of doing it. Manila, sorry, over here is actually allied with Rome. It'd be really nice if we could get them on our side, because they are maritime. 80 influence. That's an awful lot to have to try and knock Rome out. They want Voltology, though. So maybe we could go ahead and spread our religion to them. We don't even have the religion in our own cities yet, but we could definitely get up there and drop Voltology on them. That should definitely work. Let's get on to... Well, actually, can we get any research agreements? We do have some declarations of friendship. What about Austria? Trade. Research agreement. Brilliant. Got a research agreement with you. We've got enough for another. We have declaration of friendship with Hiawatha. Trade, research agreement, you're short 48 gold. So if I give you 48 gold and ask for 1 gold per turn back, that should even it out, more or less. You want more. Okay, if I give you 50 gold. There we go. And then if I go and research agreement. Excellent, so we've got a couple of research agreements up and running. Still don't like this trebuchet down here. Don't really need open borders with you. I might still try and see if I can get Hiawatha to go to war with Rome. Yeah, he's got 2 trebs here now. If I can get Hiawatha to go to war with Rome at the same time as England... I'm going to keep that going because I need the money. I still only have 2 happiness, and we do have another city to settle, which I may delay for a few turns just until we get that next citrus. How much money are we making? Not enough. We also need to get ourselves another trade route going as well. I did not mean to move you. Hopefully you haven't moved. No, you're just going to stay there. Good stuff. Right. Onondaga. Would you yet be willing to declare war on Rome? No, you're still not willing to do it. Would Rome be willing to declare war on anybody else? I guess that's an interesting thing to try and find out, isn't it? Would you be willing to declare war on Hiawatha? No. What about somebody who's really weak? He's a bit far away, but what about Haile Selassie? No. Anybody else? Who's relatively close to you? The Celts? Yeah, you're not really willing to go to war with anybody else. Shaka's relatively close to you. He might be willing to attack you, and he is militaristic. He's neutral, though, so he probably doesn't care what I want. But would you be willing to go to war with Rome? No, he wouldn't. Gonna have to be very, very careful here. So you guys have finished that camp. Let's go ahead and get the pasture. On to the next turn. I'm waiting for it. He definitely has quite a lot of siege units down here. I've seen at least 2 trebuchets. He wants open borders. I don't really see why he needs them. I mean, it could potentially be nice if I gave him open borders. It'd give us a bit of a relationship boost, but I think it's a little bit risky. Has now declared war on Rome, so England have managed to flip over. There's there. So hopefully they can actually do a little bit of damage. Okay, we've got a city that's grown, which is not particularly useful because of the happiness issues that we have at the moment. You're working a production tile, and I think for the time being that's a good tile to work. I know it's slow growth, but we do still have the happiness problems. Akkad has finished the settler. What do we want to do now? What do we want to get in Akkad? Guess getting the Wars of Babylon would make a lot of sense, although we are going to need those universities. Let's see if we can get the let's see if we can get a university here first, because that is going to take a little bit of time. Let's just make sure that we're not working tiles that are too derpy. There isn't really a lot of production here in this city, which is a little bit of a pain. So we are definitely going to have to try and do something about that. Try and grab another citrus. In fact, Austria may well spread there. So I think I'm going to go and spend the 90 gold just to grab that, because that'll stop Austria spreading to that tile. 1, 2, 3 is within range just. And if we go ahead and create a plantation there, we'll gain an extra gold and a production hammer from that as well. We are working a tile there that is just 3 food, as we are there too. So let's stop working that one and go there. We might as well get the extra gold, same amount of food. This settler, you are going to come up here, but we're not actually going to pop the city until we have positive happiness. Well, we are in positive happiness, but until we can actually get some better happiness. You want to go to war with Caesar now. I'd love you to, but I'm not really in a position to do it. I'm going to say no, and hope you just declare war on him anyway. In fact, I might see if I can bribe you to go to war with him now. I'm just concerned that you're just going to end up losing more cities. Maybe you could do with getting a little bit of a stronger army first. You want to go to war with Ethiopia. Not that Ethiopia is the major threat in this game at all. In fact, I think they have 1 city. So that is a little bit strange. Not an awful lot we can do here. Right, Onondaga. Would you be willing to declare war on Caesar? No, no way of doing it. That is a shame. Not an awful lot going on down here at the moment. It'll also be quite hard for us to take Eritreum because it is sort of the other side of a river. Okay, so England doesn't seem to hate us, which is nice. You want open borders, which we really don't need. Not really any resources that we can trade at the moment to get that happiness back. We've got Machu Picchu. That'll give us some extra gold now, which will be nice. There's engineering as well. So we'll be able to hopefully get some crossbowmen and an ironwork soon. Maybe I'll build the ironworks over here in Akkad just because its production is so terrible. And try and get its production up. I really don't know. Machu Picchu is finished. Let's go ahead and get the walls here. And then after that, we want to try and get ourselves a university as quickly as possible. Go on to the next turn. Hopefully get my iron back at some point, and then we can go and upgrade this guy to a swordsman. Not that we have a lot of money. But we'll do everything that we can. Brilliant. There's another city-state declaring war on Rome. That's good. Well, it doesn't look like there's too much going on. Oh! There's a new city there that's actually taking losses, possibly from Belgrade. That could be useful. Go England. Let's get these two fighting each other long term. On to the next turn, because again, there's not a lot I can do. I think every couple of turns I'll have a go and see if I can actually get Hiawatha to try and declare war on Rome. We do need to try and get some more cargo routes. You're just going to go for sleep to now, because I don't want to be in negative happiness. Not when there's a possibility that I might be attacked. I don't need that negative penalty to attack power. You finished a farm, which is very good. So what I'm going to... See, the thing is, we've got loads and loads of citrus, but nobody really wants to buy it. At least it doesn't look like anybody does. You have finished the farm. So let's get you down here, and we'll try and get that connected up. And then we'll have a better tile to work for some more production there. Over here, we have completed that bowman. Let's go ahead and start... Well, we really want the universities. Like, really, really want the universities. But we have no money, so let's get a caravan, and then let's queue up the university after that. Unit needing orders, composite bowman. I think for the time being you're actually going to stay in the city itself. We still definitely need more units, but I can't just put all of my production into military. Got to be sensible about this. We've still got to make sure that we keep our civilization growing. Has that Rome just settled another city down there? Yeah, they have. Now, you've got no direct border friction with Shaka at the moment. But if we can actually... See, if either of these borders expand and end up touching, it'll be much more likely that we can actually get Shaka to declare war on Rome. Declare war on Rome. No, he still won't do it. You do have a spare wine, though. How would you feel if I gave you 9 gold per turn for your wine? Wow, you won't actually accept it. Wow, you really don't like me, do you? What's your problem? Ah, they want my land. Well, that's Shaka. Shaka wants everyone's land. So, no trade going on with Shaka, unfortunately. You want open borders. I'm still going to say no. You do actually have spare copper. Let's get rid of the open borders. How about I give you 9 gold per turn and no open borders? There we go, that's good. So, I know we're buying a luxury off Rome, which maybe isn't ideal, but it helps to keep him friendly and reduces the chance that he's actually going to attack us. Now, Shaka may well have a few cities and he may cover our lands, but he is still quite at the bottom of things there, so I'm not too worried about that. That was gold per turn to Caesar for going... Oh no, gold for iron. We have iron back. Can we upgrade this guy? Yes, we can. Let's get him upgraded. Let's make sure we get that city set up. And you're going to work the food tile, I suppose. We'll put you on production focus, though. And we'll get you working on the library as quick as possible. Can we sell you our one remaining iron? If we... Actually, no. Do I want to give him iron? I prefer him not to have it, I think. Yeah, I'm not going to give him the iron. Because he might be using that for some of his units. So if we take his iron away from him, it might weaken his units a little bit. Hiawatha's spamming out the... Hiawatha's spamming out the wonders there. Now, are you still at war with England? Yes, you are still at war with England. I really hope England take this from him. That would certainly make life a little bit easier. I know England do have some units down here, but they don't really seem to be doing an awful lot of anything. Work has begun on a university. What about borders down here? No, you're not touching yet. Unit needs orders. I think, well, you guys... Oh, that's the worker. I've actually finished the citrus now. So I think we go over here and start work on this one, hopefully. You're going to work on that citrus, just so we've got a better tile to work. We need that more than we need the citrus itself. Babylon has grown, and you're working a 3 food tile, which is going to increase your growth. 11 turns. I suppose that's acceptable. There aren't really any better tiles that we could work to give us production unless we want to go and buy one of these hills or something, which I don't think we do for now. You are working that hill tile, which is alright. We could go and give it to that city, but I think we'll wait until we've got at least one university up and running first. Let's go on to the next turn. See what happens. There's another wonder that Hiawatha has managed to spit out. Yeah, still a few siege units around here, which I'm a little bit concerned about. Quite a few people actually willing to buy iron off me at the moment. So, Hiawatha, you've got quite a bit of money. How about I sell it to you? In fact, no, I'm not going to do that. As much as I could do with a little bit of extra money, I think I might just go and get another swordsman. I think that makes the most sense, actually. Worker's going to get the plantation. You're going to go on to defensive. On to the next turn again then, really. So this city's going to be very, very slow, at least until we grab one of these hills. Once we get one of these hills, we'll have a lot more production over here. We could also, theoretically, grab the, work the pasture. Oh, sorry, work the paddock. No, it is a pasture. So, 1, 2, 3, yeah, it is within reach. So we could do that for a little bit of extra production. And in fact, the borders have joined up there now as well. Again, not a lot we can do on this turn. So we'll have one final turn. That'll probably be the end of this video. We are still in positive happiness. So I'm going to definitely have to build up a little bit of an army. Rome is definitely going to be the main war focus in this series. Hiawatha is technically top because he's got so many wonders, but we can... I don't think it would be too difficult to actually take stuff from Hiawatha in the future, so I'm not too concerned about that. What do we have over there? That's actually our scout, and a Roman unit is actually being attacked by so Rome does actually have some units over there. Austria is also at war with Rome as well. I hadn't realised that. Oh, they've just declared war now. Oh no, Austria has declared war against him. Oh, well, that's very, very interesting. Well, if that's the case, I still don't suppose you'd be willing to declare war against him, would you? Declare war on Caesar. No, you're still not willing to do it. Okay, Hiawatha. Now there's two other people. Actually, England are still at war with you, aren't they? Yes. So how about we see if you are willing to do it now? Trade. Declare war. Caesar. No, you're not willing to do it. What about if I give you something like 10 gold per turn? Nope, still not willing to do it. The Celts are too far away to be useful. I was thinking maybe if I could get enough people to declare war on Rome, it might give me a way to sort of sneak in and grab a couple of cities from them at the back, but I think it's a little bit too risky. You have finished that. I suppose we do want to get a road and connect this for the production bonus, so let's go ahead and get you guys over here. Now, you're not working too slowly, so I think what we will do is we'll actually... Though if we did this, 6 turns until growth, we don't have a lot of happiness. If we got you working this tile, it'd be 12 turns until growth, and you complete that library in 27 turns instead of 108 turns. So I definitely think we're going to do that and try and get that library up and running as soon as possible. It doesn't slow things down over here too much. We don't have a lot of growth going on, but that's fine because we don't have a lot of happiness. And Hiawatha has now declared war on Caesar. This is really, really good. We've actually now got 3 different civilizations all fighting against Caesar. This may be an opportunity to try and sneak in and take something from him. The problem I have at the moment is I don't actually have any siege weaponry. I don't have any trebuchets. I don't even think I have the tech for trebuchets yet. You need physics for that, so maybe we do need to go into physics straight afterwards. Try and get ourselves some trebuchets if we can, and possibly try and take out a city or 2. But that's all that we can do on this turn, so that is going to be the end of the video. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you're still enjoying Civilization 5 as Babylon, and I'll see you next time. Until then, goodbye for now.